Alright, what's up guys? My name is Devin Adair. I am a NPC competitor in bodybuilding. We're doing a little filming today. We are actually starting our YouTube channel. Really what we're doing with this channel, bro, is just to show my life, show my workouts, document everything from myself. I am camera shy, so if I don't look at the camera, don't blame me. This is my first time doing this. But we got legs today. It's gonna be more of a quad and glute focus, just because that's where like I lag in, I guess you could say. You can always get better in other areas, but I'm really trying to get my quads and my glutes to grow right now, so it's gonna be a lot of pressing. I'm gonna die, probably. Leg press probably gonna kill me, but we're gonna get into it. I'm just warming up right now. Quick little 10 minutes, get the heart rate up. Just make sure the blood's flowing, making sure we're sipping on water. So other than that, we're about to get into it. All right, so first exercise we're gonna warm up with leg extensions. I like to warm up the middle part of my quads. So essentially you have three parts of your quads. You got the outer, the middle, and the inner. Just to keep it simple. I'm not gonna go into all the scientific names and all that. So really just making sure that everything in my hip flexor is warm, making sure that I am able to get a full contraction and stretch in my quads, get some blood going around the knee. That way whenever I do go into my heavier pressing movements, I don't have to worry about, you know, any clicking or anything like that, because I did wrestle for 5 years. So through wrestling, smacking my knee on the mat has really done a lot of damage. And also just like squatting heavy weight, you know, it takes its toll. So we're gonna do like 3 sets to warm up here. Anything from 10 to 20 reps, really just trying to get the blood in there, but let's get into it. We're gonna get into this first working set here. I do wanna say this, whenever you're doing a warm up, don't be trying to go all out, especially if you're not on some extra Jamba Juice, if you know what I mean. Don't be trying to completely pre-exhaust your legs before you even get into your first actual movement that's gonna be what you're targeting to hit the hardest. So like I only got about 100 pounds in here. I'm doing 15 to 20 reps. It's really just to get warm. I see too many of y'all doing heavy stuff before y'all even get into the working stuff, and then you wonder why you're not making any strength gains or you look the same 2 weeks from now. You gotta be very smart in your training, no matter what. If you're natural or unnatural, you have to be smart. Quick tip, if you touch right here, near your hip flexor, the medialis part of your quad, and you can get this to flex harder, I guarantee you the rest of your quad will flex even harder. That was last warm-up set. Quads are nice and full of blood now, knees are warm, hips are warm. Been doing a little bit of stretching in between each set. So we're gonna try and find a squat movement so that way we can hit quads and glutes mainly. I always like to do a compound movement to start, really use all my strength in that. I don't do barbell squat anymore. I was never a good squatter, and like when I did powerlifting for a couple years, I got to like a 450 squat. It was technically 455, and I herniated 4 of my discs. So squatting for me, I gotta be very careful with, because if you have injuries like me, you have to adjust things so that way, 1, you're comfortable, and 2, you're still able to put the load on your legs. So I can do like 10 plates on leg press, but I have to take a slower negative to put the same tension on it if I was to do a barbell squat. It's all about just adjusting your workout to how you feel, your injuries and things like that, because if I were to do a barbell squat right now, I'd probably get to like 315 and not go any heavier than that. And knowing me, I love to go heavy. So I'd want to go 405, 500, you know? So with that being said, I just stay away from barbell squats. We're gonna do this pendulum squat. I like this because 1, it allows me to put my feet in a different position, so that way I can actually target more quads and glutes. And then it has 2 different loading pins. So whenever you see machines like this, what it typically means is you can load the weight in a different area. So for the top one, you'll actually get more hamstrings and glutes. For the bottom one, you'll actually get more quads and glutes. So you can load the whole thing up on both ends and you can hit your whole leg, but the biggest thing is I'm trying to focus on quads and glutes. So I'm loading all my weight right here. Yup. This is gonna be one of them workouts. Eduardo just asked me a really good question. about my leg training. So I actually train legs twice a week and back twice a week, but I also do the same for chest and arms. The reason that I do that is because I'm trying to hit as much frequency as I can. So that way when I'm eating my food, I'm getting in my meals, I can really start to push protein synthesis all day as much as I can. So like week 1 and 3 will be like 2 back days and 2 leg days on those weeks. And then weeks 2 and 4 will be 2 chest days and 2 arm days. The reason for that is it still allows me to train each body part 7 to 10 times a month. So with that, I can put more frequency. I can increase the amount of stress that I'm putting on my body, aka changing my body, so that way I can actually see the results that I want. So this week, we're doing legs twice and back twice, but I'll put the hamstrings with one of my back workouts. So like, instead of doing just lats on one day, I'll do a lot of like erectors and rhomboid movements, so that way I can really hit the middle of my back. And then I'll do like reverse hypers, some stiff leg deadlifts, and maybe some lunges too. So that way I'm hitting the entire posterior chain. If you don't have this song on your playlist, you're slacking. We're on the Cybex leg press, one of my favorite personal leg presses. I like the range of motion, the mobility, and just overall where it targets. Like even on the little picture frame that it has right here, the 2 target spots are glutes and quads. I'm gonna keep saying it. If you're targeting something, emphasize it. Don't try to do all this fancy shit, do what works. And really make sure that you're putting intensity into the set. Like when I got done with that last set of squats with 5 plates on each side, because I was out of breath and I was a little dizzy, push yourself. The intensity has to be there. You have to be putting intent into everything that you do. Every rep you need to feel, every set you need to be dying after, in my opinion. Because if you're not, then how hard are you actually pushing yourself? So we're gonna do just 1 feel set with this, get in the movement, get the body adjusted, and then we're just gonna go straight into the working sets. So we're gonna do 3 working sets of 8 to 12 reps, and we'll go from there. And I'm putting emphasis on my quads, so my feet are low and wide. I'm really trying to hit the inner part of my quads right now. Take a deep breath. Get very deep and go straight up. Simple as that. If your last rep doesn't at least feel like you are not gonna come up, do some more. We warmed up with leg extensions. We did our 2 heavy compounds with a squat variation and a leg press variation. Those feel really good. My quads are very pumped, like solid as a rock right now. So we're gonna go back to leg extension. We're only gonna do 2 sets, but both sets are gonna be a drop set. Sucks, it hurts, and I really don't want to do it again. Just finished with leg extensions and lunges. Did a couple sets of lunges, really emphasizing pushing through my heel and making my glute do all the work, as well as like leaning to the side that I'm working. So for some of y'all that do lunges, y'all just go straight in. That's cool, it hits the whole leg, but if you're really trying to put an emphasis on glutes, me personally, what I've always felt best, anyways, words. Taking a step out, but pushing like almost as if you're leaning to the side and then driving yourself up. I feel it way more in my glutes than I do in my quads. And I even get a teeny bit of hamstring in there. So we're about to actually superset seated hamstring curls with calves. I always do at least 1 hamstring movement on a quad focus day because I don't want to completely neglect them, but at the same time, I'm trying to put 80 to 90% of my focus on the area that I'm working, which was today, quads and glutes. I want y'all to comment on this video. What is the worst burn on a body part for you? For me, it's either calves or hamstrings. I wonder if I still have the grip strength to pick up. I really, don't do what I do. Do what I do, but don't do what I do. Oh. Dude, that felt like life. Good quad focused leg day with a little bit of glutes in there. Strength is increasing every week. I was actually just talking to my coach, and I was telling him I've seen more changes in my physique within 2 weeks of just training at this gym than I have anywhere else that I've been training at this past year. Just because when you get in an environment like this where everyone's putting in work, you see the dudes grinding hard, you see the girls grinding hard, you know, like I'm 6'2", 235 pounds, so I'm not a small person, but there are dudes in here my height, 285, absolute monsters. It just pushes me to be better because I know how much work it took for them to get there. So, you know, we got to keep grinding, keep getting better, because eventually we will be the best in the world. This is the first episode of the new YouTube channel that'll be coming in January, so I just wanted to say thank you to anybody that watches, subscribes, comments, likes it, you know, does all the just, you know, finally I just decided to stop holding back and pull the trigger, chase the dream of just making fitness my full-time, everyday lifestyle. So that was legs. You know, there's more to come, so you guys stay tuned. But other than that, do your best every time you come in. Let's go.